What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Chris, out on the Gold Wing, and today I want to talk about your Honda Gold Wing being a motorcycle magnet. Your Honda Gold Wing is a motorcycle magnet. As a matter of fact, most motorcycles are a magnet for people. They get a lot of attention, but there is a negative side to getting a lot of attention on the Honda Gold Wing, especially when you are traveling on your motorcycle. Well, what do you mean, Chris? Well, I'm glad you asked. A lot of you out there, you guys may ride with a group, or you may ride with a club, or you may just ride with some of your friends. But when you're traveling on your motorcycle is a magnet, especially when you pull into these gas stations. And a lot of times the cagers, people that are in automobiles, they will come up and they want to talk to you. They want to tie up your time when you are at the gas station. So when you're traveling and you stop in at a gas station, you lose a lot of time talking to cagers at the gas station. Most of the times people are going to come up and they're going to compliment your bike, which everybody loves compliments. I love compliments. But when you're riding on your motorcycle and you're traveling from state to state, maybe you have a all-day ride, maybe you're riding from sun up to sundown, and you pull in at a gas station and a cager walks up and want to strike up a conversation. Well, the only problem that I have is that they will tie you up in a conversation. So when you're traveling and you're pushed for time, you don't want to lose an hour and a half at a gas station talking to cagers. You know, most of the time when a group of bikers get together and you pull in at a gas station, those bikers want to have a bike show right at the gas station. They want to stand around and talk. They want to talk to the locals. They want to show off each other's bike. And there's nothing wrong with that. But keep in mind of the time. You got to keep in mind of the time. Because if you're traveling on a long travel, maybe you're riding state to state and you stop in at a gas station, you should limit that time to maybe 15 minutes and back on the bike. You got a long ride ahead of you. But a lot of times when you pull in a gas station, your bike is a magnet. People are going to come up, they're going to talk to you, they're going to tell you how nice your bike looked, they're going to tell you about the bike they once rode when they was younger, or their dad or their mother or their grandparents. And they're going to get into this long, in-depth conversation. They may even want to have a Harley debate. But be mindful of the time. When you're traveling with your group, some of you guys may be riding with an MC, an RC, or you may just be riding with friends. When you're traveling and you have a long ride, be mindful of the time. You know, they say time flies when you're having fun. And believe me, when you're on these bikes, time is going to go by so fast. Because what happens is when you stop in at a gas station, and you should have only have taken 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, go in, use the bathroom, maybe get a quick bite, get some gas, and get out. But what happens when you go to the gas station and the cagers come up and start talking to you, or you start having a bike show with your buddies right there at the gas station, now a 15-minute stop just turned into an hour and a half. And you may be thinking, well, what's the big idea? What's the problem? Well, the problem is if you have to stop at another gas station and the same thing happens, now you lose another hour and a half. Now you're 3 hours behind. And God forbid if you have to stop at a third gas station and you lose the same amount of time. Now you're 4.5 hours behind. So when you're traveling, you got to be mindful of the time. You got to keep up with the time. It's okay to be cordial. It's okay to be nice. Everybody love compliments. Everybody love to compliment each other bikes. But be mindful of the time. Cut it off. You know, I've seen bikers, they'll pull up at the gas pump. They'll go inside. They'll stand in line to buy fuel. They're waiting behind people that are buying lottery tickets, people that are buying cigarettes, cigars, smokes, newspapers, or whatever. Now you lose all that time in the line. You pay for your fuel. You go back out. You pump your gas. Your bike don't hold it all. Then you got to go back in the store, get back in the line. You're behind more people that are buying lottery tickets and cigarettes. You need to go to the bathroom. You want to get a bite to eat. A 15-minute stop should only have taken you 20 minutes. Or should I say, a 20-minute stop has now taken you an hour. That's unacceptable when you're traveling. Because if you do that several times in a day, and now you're traveling, you're trying to get to your destination, it's getting late, maybe night is falling, and now you're getting caught in evening traffic. You're getting caught in that evening traffic when you could have been past that busy city. You could have been past that heavy populated area, but you was busy talking at the gas station. So now you've lost 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. An 8-hour trip is now taking you, watching this truck, an 8-hour trip is now taking you 14 hours. And now when you get to your destination, the restaurant is closed, and the only thing you got time for is to lay down and maybe get a shower, and not in that order. So be mindful of the time, especially when you're traveling. They said time flies when you're having fun, and believe me, when you're out here on these motorcycles, the time is going to go by so fast. And if you're stopping at the gas station and you're having a bike show at the gas station and you're talking to the locals and you're talking to the cagers, you're losing precious time. Now, if it's a Saturday and maybe you're out for a lunch ride, a local lunch ride, and you're killing time, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're traveling, you have a long day. You have several gas stops you have to make. Maybe you're going to be riding through heavy populated areas. Be mindful of the time. Because I'm sure there's somebody out there in your club, in your group, that when they pull up at the gas station, they want to have a bike show. And that's not the time to have a bike show. That's not the time to talk to the cagers until the cows come home. Be mindful of the time. I hope this video actually helps some of you guys out. Maybe some of you that are riding in a club, an MC, an RC, or maybe just riding with a group of friends. Be mindful of the time. You'll be surprised how much time go by when you're at the gas station and you're talking, and an 8-hour ride should now turns into a 15-hour ride. And now you're riding into the dark. You're riding into the night when you needed that time that you was talking to be getting from your gas stop to your destination, because at nighttime the risk goes up. You know, at nighttime, that's when things are most likely to happen. So if you can, you don't want to be traveling at night. I know it's a lot of bikers out there that travel at night because the traffic is low, and I understand that, but the risk goes up at night. When I travel, I want to be off the roads, preferably by sundown, preferably. Now, sometimes I get caught out in the dark, but I prefer to be in by nightfall. If you get in early, you can get checked in your hotel while it's still light out. Maybe you can go get a bite to eat. You can come back to your hotel. You can have a good parking space. Because when people come in at the end of the day at those hotels, they take up all of the good parking spaces. But if you arrive there late, now you're behind the 8 ball. You're behind the curve. So just be mindful of the time. I hope this video helps some of you guys out. I'm sure somebody out there is watching this video saying, Chris, I'm glad that you're talking about this, because we have that problem with our group. So I hope that this vlog actually helps some of you guys out, because I know somebody out there is watching this video saying, Chris, I am so glad that you're bringing this topic up. You know, believe it or not, I have a lot of bike clubs, presidents, road captains. They'll contact me and say, Chris, I'm glad you brought that subject up. I'm glad you talked about riding in staggered formation. I'm glad you talked about everybody getting fuel at the same time. I'm glad you brought up those topics, because I ride with guys and they need to hear it. They need to hear it from somebody else, not just me. So if anybody out there is watching this video and you're having an issue with people having a bike show at the gas station, some of your club members are talking to the cagers and you're losing precious time on your fuel stops. A 15 or 20 minute fuel stop is now turning into an hour and a half. Show them this video. You know, people need to be, they need to understand the importance of time. They need to keep in mind of the time. If you're not traveling, it's not a big deal. But if you're traveling and you're trying to get to your destination, man, the time is going to go by so quick. So when you stop at the gas station, if you can, use your credit card. You know, that way you don't have to go in and stay in line to pay for your fuel, to come back out to pump your gas, to go back in to get change. You know, you lose a lot of time. You do that 3 or 4 times in a day, you lost precious time. If you can, use a credit card at the pump. You know, some of the pumps now, you can just hold your credit card up and it'll scan it. You don't even have to put it inside of one of those slots. Or you may even partner up with one of your riding buddies. You know, you give them X amount of dollars, and when he stops to get fuel and he pays with his card at the pump, y'all just get fuel out of the same nozzle, and you don't have to go inside of the gas station. You don't have to go in losing precious time. Partner up with one of your biker friends. Use a credit card. Just be mindful of the time. Well, I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. I hope this video actually helps some of you guys out. If you like this video, be sure to click the like button. If you would like to make a donation, click that thanks button. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, sign up for the Chris Caliente Facebook group, the hottest Facebook group in the land, where we talk about anything and everything, all day, every day. So stay tuned to the channel. I will be doing some Caliente live in the garage soon. I will be going to the phone line, 901-468-9032, when I'm doing the Caliente live. So stay tuned to the channel. Drop a comment down in the comment section. I want everybody to chime in on this video. What do you think about precious time being lost at your fuel stops? This is your boy Chris.